The global women in technology desperately need a way to support each other, learn from each other, and grow their businesses. I'm so excited to be part of the first cohort for the PeerTrust Circles for Women C-Suite Leaders.
One of the best things about GTIA is that we are member first, and I'm so excited about the launch of our PeerTrust Circles because it is a direct response to requests from our members. It'll help our members grow their businesses, grow their careers in a unique way centered on trust and security.
Welcome to GTIA On Location. I'm Scott Campbell with the Global Technology Industry Association. We are coming to you from our own North America Community and Councils Forum and Spotlight Awards in downtown Chicago this week. And right now I am pleased to be joined by two special guests to talk about our new PeerTrust Circles program. MJ Shore, the GTIA Chief Community Officer, and Jennifer Roy, the CEO of Nucleus Networks. Welcome both, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having us.
So we announced the PeerTrust Circles program this week here in Chicago. Great reception so far, I think so far. MJ, you were the one that helped kind of kick it off. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what is the PeerTrust Circle program?
Sure. So ironically, there were two parallel tracks going on at the same time, I learned over the last couple of days. Jennifer had a back of the Uber conversation with another peer and had started talking with Adam Prue, our North America Community Manager, about the idea of forming something to enable members to come together. And in parallel, I had been working on one of my key objectives for the year, which was responding to member requests to get together more frequently in small, intimate groups in a trusted way to talk about quite literally whatever they wanted. So that was the genesis, and when Adam and I connected about what we were each working on, we put the two together, and the PeerTrust Circles were born.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, you were involved in development too. Can you talk a little bit about what these are now and how IT service providers and our members can get involved?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So this actually started, we were, me and a peer who's also a GTIA member, Soleil Dement, we were in a back of an Uber, and we were talking about the fact that GTIA has this mass group of wonderful female leaders, and we wanted to know if there was a possibility to develop this PeerTrust Circle for some C-suite leaders that could learn from each other. So we reached out to Adam, the community manager, and asked him if that was a possibility, and he was really open to the opportunity, and so that's where we're at now. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really great opportunity for us to learn from each other.
So again, it's going to be people who don't necessarily compete against each other, but there are some stipulations around what group you'll be in, or you might be put on a waiting list if
Well, there are two. So there are. I think the easy answer to that is there are two types of PeerTrust Circles that we announced this week. There are PeerTrust Circles for ITSPs, and then there are PeerTrust Circles that we're calling specialized. And so in the example of what Jennifer was sharing, we wound up forming what's called the North America Global Women in Tech C-Suite PeerTrust Circle. And this is a group of 10 female executives that will come together and talk about the challenges and opportunities that are unique to them and their positions in the industry. And in this case, they've asked that there be a staff liaison to help organize and keep them on track. But one of the unique features of these PeerTrust Circles is because we're basing it around trust, and then for ITSPs, a security-first focus, each PeerTrust Circle will be able to kind of chart their own destiny. If they want a GTIA facilitator or a peer facilitator, we're happy to provide that. If they want to facilitate their own group, we're happy to support that and provide the administrative support around that. But the idea is to create these trusted, safe spaces where you can literally talk about what you want to talk about and not have it predetermined or prescribed by GTIA necessarily. We'll provide some roadmaps, but ultimately it's up to the individual group, and that's what's so exciting, and that's what members have been asking us for.
That's awesome. And Jennifer, you mentioned the Global Women in Tech one. Can you talk a little bit about why you're excited about that? And sort of, I'm assuming there was kind of nothing in the market that kind of filled that need, right? And this is going to be, and any PeerTrust Circle, specialized or ITSP, will be able to help ITSPs do something that they're not getting right now, right?
For sure. There's nothing in the market that I know of that are geared around women in the ITSP industry. there's a lot of peer groups, but not necessarily those that are focused on women in the C-suite. So I was really excited to have the opportunity to help craft this and look for the chance to participate in it, because I think there's so much opportunity. We have different challenges in this industry and in the channel than men do, and I think being able to leverage and support each other is going to be really instrumental in the growth of women in the industry.
Oh, that's awesome. So MJ, now what's next? Like, are there other ones right behind, or are they very much in development now?
So we announced the inaugural PeerTrust Circle, which Jennifer's a part of, and we put out the call for interest in whether it's another group of 10 women that want to form a second cohort of this, or whether it's a group of up to 10 ITSPs that want to form an ITSP PeerTrust Circle, or a different specialty PeerTrust Circle. They might want to form one around, who knows, I don't know, this thing called AI that we seem to talk about every once in a blue moon, or cybersecurity, or literally anything. So
even if you don't want to talk about AI,
even if you don't want to talk about AI,
just one for not talking about AI.
You could form the We're Not Talking About AI PeerTrust Circle. Go for it. Why not? We're a trade association. We're happy to support whatever our members want. But I think, another important distinction about this is that, as Jennifer said, there are lots of other peer groups out there in the industry. We intentionally did not call this a peer group because we're not trying to replicate what's already out there. We're filling a gap that our members have told us exists, and in a unique way that hasn't been done before. And that's why the name, that's why the focus on trust, that's why the focus on a tight circle of trusted colleagues. You could be competitive, that'll be up to the groups, right? If you're in a large city like Chicago, where we are now, there could be 100 MSPs in Chicago, and 2 may want to be part of a PeerTrust Circle. And as long as they agree that they're not competitive with one another and they're comfortable with each other being in the same PeerTrust Circle, absolutely fine. If they prefer not, also absolutely fine. So we will absolutely do some organizing, because we'll want to match the right types of companies to get the right type of input that they're looking for. That could be based on, demographics. It could be based on service stacks. It could be based on revenue. There's, as I said earlier, there's no prescribed design here. We want to make it work for that group. So a smaller MSP might want to be in a group with a larger MSP to learn, and a group of larger MSPs may be happy to support that, or not. But that's what we'll do. So we've been taking sign-ups or interest requests. There's a form that we'll get out on our website at gtia.org, and we'll compile all that interest. And it looks like we'll be standing up at least 1, if not 2 more PeerTrust Circles in the near future here. So it's been great.
All right, very nice. And you could also maybe find more information on our new Discord server, right? You can talk about that.
We will. We're gonna. So another thing members asked for is a way to stay engaged between meetings like this and our other events. Members want to keep the conversation going, keep engaging, throw things out, look for peer support or help. And so we've announced that we're launching a GTIA Discord server in mid-April, on April 15th that will launch. We've got a call out for about a dozen testers. I think we've already filled that. But we've got a design for it. There'll be channels for specific member groups that we have, specific programs that we have. There will be public channels for cross-pollination between those groups, our regional communities, et cetera. But we're really hopeful that will give our members what they're looking for, a way to stay connected and stay engaged and keep conversations like this going between meetings.
Great. And Jennifer, I want to give you the last word on the PeerTrust Circles. Any advice you have for IT service providers who are, a lot of them maybe struggle to put themselves out socially, or they might not know or realize they, should be networking and talking about best practices. What advice would you have for somebody who maybe should get involved but don't know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm going to just add, I think GTIA has done a great job with allowing us to have that flexibility in terms of crafting what our PeerTrust Circle looks like. I know I, for one, was totally fine with a competitor being in our PeerTrust Circle, just based on the fact that I think there's enough business for everyone. So I think that if there's individuals that are interested in it and they're not sure how to get involved, reach out to Adam. But the reality is the networking piece is so important to our business. The building relationships, whether it's with with partners or vendors or others in the industry, it's what helps grow your business. You learn best practices and ideas. You don't know everything. Your team doesn't know everything. You learn from others. I am such a big advocate of peer groups, and I'm such a big advocate of learning from people that I know are much smarter than I am. So I'm really excited to be part of this original group.
That's great.
Great.
Well, and thank you for your initiative and bringing it forward.
Yes, thank you. And thank you both for being part of GTIA on location right now. Thanks very much for all you do for us and for members all over the world.
And thank you for what you're doing with GTIA on location.
Well, and thank you for watching GTIA on location. Stay tuned for more episodes. Check out all our playlists on our YouTube channel, and we'll see you again on the road.